Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Friday, the 20th of October. I am Flat Cap Callum and I am hoping you are all very, very well. Proceed with caution is Friday's motto. The horses were rubbish for me on Thursday and the weather is rubbish on Friday. So yeah, Storm Babette is knocking about in most parts of the UK. I think over for Dundalk we might be all right. I think we might be all right. The weather doesn't look so bad there, but in generally elsewhere a lot of rain and very very breezy. So all the turf meetings in the UK have got an inspection for Friday morning. So they could all be gone and that would be left with Newcastle, but the weather up in Newcastle is not going to be a lot of fun anyway, so there may well be some non-runners and things. So yeah, proceeding with caution. So what I've done on Thursday is I have got a red car bet, just a separate £5 red car bet, an each way Trixie, and then if by the time you're watching this video red car's been abandoned because it's 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, you'll know that that's done, and therefore if red car's abandoned we'll just get a refund back to the channel. And then we've got another bet, an all-weather bet, where I've got 2 races at Newcastle and 2 at Dundalk. So the total stake is £12.50, so it is 5/8 of our usual day stake. That is what we've got. So what I've got to do tonight, I've got to do the review of Thursday review of Thursday. That won't take very long. I'll do a word on the golf, and there was a couple other things I think I was going to talk about. But yeah, we'll definitely go for a briefer vid tonight. Alright, Wednesday. Not much to say about Wednesday. We had 4 losers, and then the last horse turning in looked to be going good. But unfortunately I had to abandon the race because the favourite of the race had broken down on the first lap and was sort of had the covers round at the finishing post. So pretty sad end on that one. But yeah, the other 4 no good. Rathmatney, I said, didn't think it would get backed in. At one point it was 8-1 in the afternoon. That's outrageous. Then it drifted to 20s. It ran a competitive enough race, but it wasn't close in terms of, as in, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that far away from third. But yeah, Max Dilemma wasn't good. Darker was worse, and Estrella Star got going far too late. So 10 on, 50 pence refund back for Mia Dram being a void. That was it. So we are after being £3 up, and now we're £9 down. It's about £6 down for the week after 2 days, and we're only investing £12.50. So feels like it's going to be a low staked week, which is fair enough because the weather's a bit rubbish. We're not going to take undue risk. I'll bounce straight into Friday. So I've got the red car bet. So if red car's on, this is what you want. So I ummed and I thought, well, should I leave it at all? Because the weather's going to be atrocious anyway. So you're likely to, even if the racing does go ahead, the ground's going to be poor, going to be non-runners. But I've gone for 3 horses that I'm happy with the ground. And if they were running and there's a bunch of Rule 4, I still think there'll be value in it. So 210 Parisiac. Oh, I can't even say that. Parisiac, maybe, yeah, Parisiac, there we go. 210 Parisiac 14s, 320 High Opinion 14s, 430 Direct Hit 16s, 25p each way Trixie, so that's each way doubles and trebles, 50p each way singles on the 3 of them. And then what you've got there is basically all bookies are pretty much 3, 4 and 5 places. So 3 on the first, 4 on the second, 5th on the third. So 365, Coral, Paddy, Labrooks, you'll get best price guaranteed on those. So that's bet 1, £5. But red car has got an inspection. So we'll see how we go. Then we'll move on to the all-weather bet. And this is all I got. I've got 2 races at Newcastle, 2 at Dundalk. Yeah, just didn't want to go too crazy. I've picked a few bits out. So 425, split leg in it between Daniel's Flyer at 12s and Mercurius Power at 13-2. So that's the first leg. Then the 515 Gumama, which we've taken before, 33, so it's a great price on that one. 545 Dundalk Cold Steel, 16s. You can get 20s in places if you shop around on 365, I think, at the time making the video. And then we'll finish our shorty, 830 Newcastle Kraken Power at 7s. That is the extent. So 2 times 10p each way Yankee. So we've got a Yankee start with Daniel's Flyer and those 3, a Yankee with Mercurius Power and those 3. And then we've got the middle chunk there. So that's the 2 Dundalkers, 50p each way singles and a 30p each way double. And then we've got a 50p win single on Daniel's Flyer at 12s, and we've got no singles on the 2 shorties. Sky best by 1 race, and then 365 or Coral joint second best, and then joint 4th best, Unibet, Betway, Betfred. 750 is the bet. That's bet 2. All right, that's the straightforward plan. Golf. Not bad is how I describe the golf. So I got my timings all out in the Zozo Championships. So there's me going, yeah, it's going to start Thursday night, Friday morning. No, I was 24 hours out. So a few people did point that out, so thank you very much. But yeah, first round of Zozo Championships happened by the time I'd pretty much woken up in the morning. So over there we had Darman, who put in a good round. He was in the top 10 after round 1. Cameron Champ a couple of shots out of that. But we also had Kodiara, who we've got for top Japanese. He's second of the Japanese players. We need him to be top 3, so that was not a bad start. The ones that are in the win Trixie side bet, Hughes and Noren. Hughes okay, Noren not great, so we'll see how we fare. And then in Andalusia, definitely was better to have gone out in the first group of players. So we had Xander Lombard in the top 10. So we've got, of our 6 players we've got in the outright market, we've got 1 in the top 10 of each tournament, so that's not bad. And then we had Zanotti, didn't even quite finish, but he didn't play well, coming out late. John Catlin, which was my value pick of the day, okay, basically. Doesn't look like he's going to be challenging, but he's not too far back yet. So he's 1 shot away from being in the top 40, at least for that bet. And then we had Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez, who's 2 shots from being in the top 40, and not far off being in competitive with the top Spanish either, to be fair. There were a lot of the Spanish players didn't do so well. There was a couple did, most didn't. So yeah, it was okay. We'll see how we get on day 2. So nothing's looking dead cert at this stage, but we've still got a few things live going on after round 1. So that is the golf. What do I need to tell you about this weekend? So I've not heard any smoke signals go up to say that free bets is back on. So anyone who's been following free bets, there's been no betting based videos gone out of there the last few weeks, and that's where there's challenge. It's not just horse racing. There's been football either. So as far as I know, I've not been told otherwise that I'm making a vid. So I don't think free bets is back this weekend, but you never quite know. If you might find there is one. So that's that. My own bet for Saturday, my own video will be a short video, so it'll be a couple of minute video max. So it'll be a little bit of commentary and then the tips in the comments. I'm not thinking there's going to be loads. I mean, Ascot, the ground's going to be dodgy, and they're talking about moving the rail, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then the rest of the meetings, outside of Limerick, there's not really much that looks obvious to me. So I think it will be a quieter day by Saturday stands anyway. So I'll keep you updated, but it'll be a quick vid Saturday morning. And so we'll do tips to our competition will still be on, but yeah, just won't be bells and whistles video from me Saturday morning. And then I'll have a little look about how Sunday looks, about whether I think it's bonus vid territory with some of the Leopardstown Limerick handicaps. That is where we're at there. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, I mean, it was a quiet day on Thursday, but it's not much fun when you hit four losers and then the other one does all right and then void. So yeah, we've had a nice run the last couple of weeks, and clearly we didn't lose the bank today. It was like 950 loss, but yeah. Just a bit frustrating because I'm existing to try and stop people having to feel like they're going to pay people £5 for 2 tips or whatever things exist out there. I mean, as people know, there's some dodgy characters out there. They might purport to be very nice people, but ultimately they are confidence tricksters, right? So what do we mean by confidence tricksters? They convince you that you need to spend £5 in order to get their 2 tips when you probably won't put much more than £5 on it in the first place. And then the ones they give you are like 3 to 1. But the worst one out there is the the chap that calls himself the Pirate King, or maybe something else similar. But yeah, Google his name. You can find all of his tips. They're all on a website. He works for a betting website. So if all the tips when he's talking about his private service, and you can only get them there, Google his name. You'll find them. They're all there listed on the betting website. He wrote a blog for 3:00 the afternoon the day before. So it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what some people, just, I appreciate some people in life get desperate for money. He doesn't strike me as desperate, but you never know about people's financial circumstance, do you? But some people have got scruples in this world, and most people in the betting industry don't seem to have any morals. And that's why I have always said, and I will continue to say to you, I will not charge people for giving out tips. It's just not what I'm about. There are other things that I can do in the world where I would charge for my services. Nothing dodgy, don't be getting any ideas. But I'm not charging for tips. That's just not. I mean, I think it's outrageous that someone can go on a YouTube channel and pay, say, I've got 2 tips and is £5. Give me £5, I'll tell you what they are. Like, if they had a brilliant spreadsheet that they promoted that told you all of their profit and loss, right, and they're making 10-20% a year, and they could absolutely demonstrate that, then fair enough. If you get a bet enough money that you think £5 enough. But they are no worse than a dodgy bookmaker or a fob tea machine just sucking out your money, because it's just going down nowhere. Most of these people don't make profit, and then they go and charge you £5, and this the usual gig we talk about. Well, they'll come on and they'll barely mention the horses that didn't do any well. They can put 10 horses out on a betting website, all single figure odds, and you get one winner, and that's the one they seem to remember. It's unbelievable. I'm not saying that I'm some sort of like legend and follow me and I'm better than them, but what I can demonstrate to you is I make profit in what I'm doing, and I don't charge for it, because I just think, why would you want to take a load of money off hobby punters? If people want to donate something because they're really appreciative of what I've done, because they've won £100, they want to give me £5 of it, then I've kind of got okay with that's the thing that happens. But if you can demonstrate you make profit, you by all means run a subscription service. But these dodgy pirates out there, I think it's outrageous. What some people will do. Anyway, that's me. Rant over. I'll go back in my cave, and I'll come back out again Saturday morning and see what I can find for you. But we'll see how the weather treats us on Friday. I might be coming on Saturday saying we lost 12.50. We might be coming back saying we got it all refunded because no racing happened. Who knows? All right. See you on the other side. Thank you very much. Bye bye.